I've bought courses before where when I've went to access the course, the content of the course just seems to be trying to upsell me to a different course. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands on mastermind events. And when I've actually attended the mastermind, I seem to just be getting upsold to either somebody else's mastermind or somebody else's product. And I don't seem to be getting any value from it at all. I've spent loads of money on different courses throughout the industry, and when I've actually accessed the course, I've realized that it's a complete rip-off of somebody else's course, and the person who's teaching the course probably has no idea of how to actually solve the problem that they promised they would solve for me. And the course and e-learning industry just seems to be absolutely rife with characters and players like this who don't seem to be actually interested in helping anybody get along other than lining their own pockets. And like it's a big, big problem these days. And then along comes someone like Alex Hormozi. Now, I attended his mastermind last night. I'm lying, actually. I actually watched the event after it had already been live. And I had it on in the background. And this guy's gave so much value over the last year and a half that I was like, he's got to at some point begin to sell, right? And then halfway through his webinar, I hear him list a price. I hear him start listing all the features and benefits of his new book, right? And he starts listing all the features and benefits of a course which goes alongside the book. And I was thinking to myself, here we go. I know this sale is about to be asked right now. And then I hear the price tag, and the price tag is around about $12,000.
And that's why $100 Elite System is a bargain at $1,276.
And I think to myself, I knew this was going to happen. But at the same time, I have absolutely no problem paying Alex Hormozi $12,000 because he's provided so much value in the past. And then I sit and listen a little bit more. And he reduces the price from $12,000 to $5,000.
Which is why it's an even bigger bargain at not $12,076, but $4,997.
I was like, that's a killer deal, right? That's a killer deal. And then I carry on listening. And he reduces the price again to $3,000.
Which is why this may be the best offer I've ever given at not $12,000, not $4,997, but $2,997.
And I'm like, now it's bound to get loads of people to buy. And I was fully expecting from all of the things he said he was going to include in this course to just sell this course at $3,000. I was fully expecting it. I thought it was a bargain. And then the guy reduces it even more to $0.
I'm not going to ask for $4,997. I'm not even going to ask for $2,997. I'm going to give you access to everything we talked about today, a single payment of. It's free.
And said that there's no opt-in for his course. He doesn't want anything from anybody. His book is also being sent out free. And get this right, you can't really get around Kindle or Audible fees when you are either publishing a book or reading out loud a book, right? The consumer has to pay something because they have minimum price tags. So what does he do? He publishes the PDF himself and lists it in his email that he sends out afterwards. And he publishes his full book in audio version on his podcast, on Spotify, for anyone to listen at any point with no paywall. So he actually went below the minimum threshold of Audibles and Kindle's paywall, which is like $2, or I think on Audible it's like $7.99 when you're in the UK. And actually went below that and charged $0. And I thought to myself, wow, I've just taken part in the biggest bait and switch, reverse bait and switch that I've ever seen in my life. I was full on expecting him to charge, hold my hands up. But then you've got people like this, like Alex, and the few and far between who actually know what they're talking about and are giving away so much value that it's actually incredible. And I think back to today's current climate in the make money online niche, right? When I first started in business, I was helping people with resumes, helping them with job interviews because I was good at it. And I was helping them with their career as well. and I was charging for this. And what I realized when I first started out is I knew nothing about sales or marketing. I had no idea how to actually get leads through the door. So I taught myself how to get leads through the door. I took a lot of courses as well, but like I kind of figured it out. I started to book my calendar out full. And then eventually I had 1 or 2 people come to me and was like, how are you doing this? And that wasn't even my focus at the time. And only then, when I had all that experience and I had people coming to me, I decided that I was going to teach people how to get leads on LinkedIn. It was all based on LinkedIn. And so I did that for a few years. And then what happened was, after a few years, I started to realize that the barrier to entry for what I was doing was way too low. Suddenly, my main form of getting clients was through outreach. And then suddenly I was competing with a person who'd been on LinkedIn 1 month, who had made a single viral post, which had got far more attention than I have. And then suddenly I was like, well, everyone wants to be part of their course that they're building now, even though they have no experience with sales or marketing. And it was a very tough situation to be in, because I was like, well, these guys aren't actually going to get clients for their business. They're just going to, like, because it's not reproducible, right? You can't produce that again. You can't suddenly just create a viral post on your first month of being on LinkedIn and then expect to teach other people to do it. So eventually I decided that I needed a higher barrier to entry in the type of business that I was doing, where I didn't have to put up with things like that. So I ended up moving into software, and this is where I kind of am now. I've been building software and it's been going pretty well. But the point of this is you have to be very, very careful who you learn from, particularly in this day and age where it's great, yeah, everyone's got a voice now because we've got so much social media. But the problem is everyone has a voice now, and it's very, very hard to filter out information. Over the years, I've increased my contacts in business. I've been in masterminds. I've, met some pretty high level people in the industries I've been in. What I've found out, it was quite surprising to me at the time, is that so many people are just talking about things that they have no idea about, right? I know, because I'm in circles as well, I know 2 make money online influencers who have huge audiences, right? Who have a lot of people listening to them all the time. They're constantly talking about like what you do if you're broke, what you do if you're starting with 0 and building your business up to 10 grand a month. And I know they were never in those positions. So I'm like, how can you possibly teach those things if you've never actually been in those positions? Because you might be able to give an overall high level overview of it, but you won't understand the nuances. For instance, like when I was teaching people how to get leads on LinkedIn, I understood that when a person says this and replies this sort of way in a DM, because I'd seen it thousands of times, the trust is being lost. You need to say something like this to gain the trust back. You need to mention other people's names or mention like their contact names. And it was all these little bits of psychology. But then you've got other people out there who are like the polar opposite of Alex Hormozi, who are just trying to take value and have no idea what they're talking about. And this is kind of a long way of me just saying, I watched that event. I fully intended to be bait and switched, and I was okay with that because the guys gave so much value. And then what I actually saw was he doubled down on the type of person he is, and he just gave all this stuff away for free. Like, honestly, unbelievable the amount of value he's given away for that. I've not listened to any of $100 million leads or anything so far, but I certainly will do, because I'm grateful to have people like that who actually care and who actually want you to succeed in the future as well. So listen to Alex Hormozi's stuff. Get his free books, right? It's all out there. Alex, if you're watching this, well done. Keep going, man. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. See you in the next one. Do your research on people who are trying to teach you things. Honestly, do your research on things which people are trying to teach you. It doesn't take too much digging to know when a person is absolutely full of BS. Take it easy.